rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Good morning, everybody. Jim Wells County Commissioners Court for today, March 13th, 2026, 9 a.m. Now in session. Agenda item number 3, public testimony. Is there anybody on the public who wants to address the court at this time? Commissioners, anybody want to say anything? Just want to wish my mom a happy birthday in heaven. Today is her birthday. God bless you, Mama.
Whatever they do.
Agenda item number 4, previous minutes. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve minutes from previous meeting.
Make motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, consent agenda. Consent agenda items will be voted upon in one vote and will not be discussed separately unless requested by the county judge, commissioner, or a citizen.
Judge, Commissioners, I've reviewed the budget amendments and they are allowable with y'all's approval.
Motion to approve item number 5 is presented, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 6, sale property. Agenda item number 6.1, discuss, consider, and take action on an offer made by Mary Lou Otero Munoz and Guadalupe Munoz Jr. to purchase tax sale property suit number 1-2-04-15715-B, Jim Wells County Independent School District and Brush Country Groundwater versus Hector P. Gonzalez, tract number 5, account number 1247306700000, lot 15, block 2, San Petronila Estates, unit 3, a subdivision of Jim Wells County, Texas, according to the map or plat thereof recorded in volume 8, page 49, map records of Jim Wells County, Texas. This is a property tax sale where the amount due to all entities is $12,888.52. Amount of bid, $10,364. Of that, Jim Wells County will receive $3,410.46. LSISD, $6,868.77. Brush Country Groundwater Conservation District, $55.77.
Nobody has any? Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye. Sorry.
Motion carries. Agenda item number 7, resolutions. 7.1, discuss, consider, and take action on a resolution designated, to designate authorized signatories for the community block grant, community development block grant program funded by the Texas Department of Agriculture. Ms. Norma?
Good morning, Court. Norma Salas, Grant Administrator for Jumels County. Y'all are presented here with the resolution for the authorization for the grant for the Community Development Block Grant Program. So y'all need for me to read it, or?
Yes, please.
Resolution 2026-0313, resolution of the Commissioners Court of Jumels County, Texas, authorizing county representatives in the matter pertaining to the county's participation in the Texas Community Development Block Grant Program. Whereas the Commissioners Court of Jumels County desires to develop a viable community including decent housing and suitable living environment and expanding economic opportunities, particularly for persons of a low to moderate income. And whereas it is a necessary and in the best interest of Jumels County to participate in the Texas Community Development Block Grant Program, and whereas the Commissioners Court of Jumels County is committed in compliance with federal, state, and program rules, including the current Texas CDBG Project Implementation Manual, and now and therefore be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Jumels County, Texas, that the Commissioners Court directs and designates the following to act in all matters in connection to any grant application and the county's participation in the Texas Community Development Block Grant Program. The county judge and the county auditor shall serve as the county chief's executive officers and authorized representative to execute a grant application and any substantial contractual documents to certify environment review documents between the Texas Department of Agriculture and the county, and to certify the payment requests from and other forms required for requesting funds to reimburse project costs, and to be assigned the role of authorized officials in the TDA Go Grant Management System. In addition to the above designated officials, shall any grant be funded, the county treasurer is authorized to certify the payment requests from and or forms required by requesting funds to reimburse project costs, to prepare and submit other financial documents, and to be assigned the role of project director or payment processor in the TDA Go Grant Management System. So this is required through the TDA.
This is the $1 million grant, correct?
This is the one that we are applying for the Colonia, for the grant for Ben Bolt area for Commissioner Gonzalez. So we're in the process of the next phase for the application, sir.
Okay, all righty, this is just to name the signatories, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Agenda item 7.2, discuss, consider, and take action to update the resolution of the Rural Business Development Grant through USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, to change Jim Wells County Judge as a signature agent for Jim Wells County. This is just the $500,000 grant for the Jim Wells County Resource Center. It's stated Jim Wells County Judge, and we have to put my whole name on it. So it's going to read Jim Wells County Judge Pedro P. Trevino Jr. as signator.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Isabel, we need, whenever, the resolution so we can sign it. Agenda item number 8, auction. 8.1, discuss, consider, and take action to declare certain county-owned equipment and furniture as surplus and authorize its sale and auction pursuant to Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 263, Subchapter D. These are just several items that are surplus. I think they're desks and chairs and stuff like that of the sort. This is just giving authorization to sell them as surplus.
A motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda number 9, Jim Wells County Emergency Services District Number 2, 9.1, discuss, consider, and take action to reappoint Bartolo Fajardo Jr. and Lino Requeñas to a 2-year term of office, January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2027, to the Board of Commissioners of the Jim Wells County Emergency Service District Number 2. And I think they're both here present. Would you all like to address the court at this time at all? I did talk to Patrick Thomas about this yesterday, and he says everything is a go. There's no issues or no problems. All we have to do is approve them getting reappointed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you guys. I hear y'all doing a good job. Keep it up. We appreciate what y'all do for us. Agenda item number 10, IT Department. Discuss, consider, and take action to authorize the formation of Jim Wells County Cybersecurity Mitigation Plan Committee.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I'm going to make sure you have this paper. I'm going to read it aloud to you.
Can you just state, Robert, can you just state your name for the court?
I apologize. My name is Robert Silva, and I work for the Jim Wells County IT Department. And I'm going to read out. This is an effort to coordinate and work with the cybersecurity company Core Recon on our long-term IT mitigation project under the state and local cybersecurity grant program and Texas DIR cybersecurity plan. The cybersecurity company will set up one semi-annual strategy and budget meeting and 3 update and planning meeting with IT mitigation plan committee every year. I attached to this letter is the company scope of service, which is similar to mitigation plan, for you to read and learn about their IT strategy to help our county mitigation project. I had asked the Commissioner Court to include those committee, and I will read out following. I know I need to, county judge or commissioner want to be participating in it, and I myself am be in it, and the county auditor, Cindy Garcia, going to be in it, chair Captain Fina Sai, gonna be in it. Election Administration Office, Election Administrator Richard Guerra will be in it. Criminal Justice Department Representative, the deal with legal is County Attorney Michael Guerra. And Emergency Management Coordinator, Incident Response, which is Lance Brown. Okay. Basically, what the committee will do is to provide governance and oversight of the cybersecurity mitigation plan, review risk assessment finding, prioritize mitigation project, like based on the critical, like is it high risk critical area? We need to focus on that, like buying new workstation server, endpoint protection, stuff like that. And monitor implementation progress, coordinating cybersecurity initiative across department. We want to make sure all the departments work together, understand what's going on with this project. And ensure compliance with the state, local cybersecurity grant program and Texas DIR cybersecurity requirements. What with the help with the Core Recon Cybersecurity Company, establishing this committee will help us formalize cybersecurity oversight at the county level, improve cross-departmental coordination, strengthen grant reporting and compliance, and provide structured risk management decision-making. And important thing, the most important thing is create cybersecurity incident and response plan. Because I think they want it to be having a mandatory part of it for the EOC mitigation plan or incident response plan. And not only that, I want to make sure that include on our county personnel policy as well. That's what the important thing we need to have that in there. And so I'm asking you, Commissioner, to consider the formation of the Jim Wells County IT Cybersecurity Mitigation Plan Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. This is,
Motion to approve.
okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Before I determine which of
Yeah.
you, okay,
On the discussion, we need to appoint somebody from the Commissioners Court to represent us on the court, on this committee. Would anyone like to participate in this committee?
I would.
Mr. Aguilar, is there anybody else? There's no issues with Mr. Aguilar. Mr. Garcia, can you,
How many, we're gonna have two from the Commissioners Court or
no,
what?
just one, but if you can update your motion to include.
Oh, yes, okay. I'll make a motion to include Commissioner Aguilar. Thank you.
And approve the committee.
And approve the committee.
I'll second that. I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, number 11, Jim Wells County Lease Agreement Contract MOU. 11.1, discuss, consider, and take action to renew the lease between Jim Wells County and George O. Dominguez Jr. 3682 County Road 440, Alice, Texas 78332, for brush burning.
Yeah, Judge, this is a lease we put out every year, once a year. It's a one-year lease, and it pays $300, and we use it to dump all our brush from the area. We've done it for the last 7 years. No, but 8 years now, right? So it's just a renewal.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Eleven point two, discuss, consider, and take action to authorize Jim Wells County Judge Pedro P. Trevino Jr. to send written notice on behalf of Jim Wells County to Courtview Justice Solutions Incorporated, DBA, equivalent regarding the county's intent not to renew and to terminate its software maintenance agreement and housing services agreement.
Is there a timeline, Judge?
Timeline on this? No, I think just,
Immediately or 30 days? or-
The maintenance agreement has to be sent 30 days before expiration. The current expiration date is April 30th of this year. So the hosting agreement had a different notice requirement.
Is iDocket ready to come in?
They advised us, they were proposing a go-live date of May the 4th, I believe, and we got an email 2 days ago saying, we told them, we can't, that'll leave us in the dark for 4 days, so they've moved it back to the last week or the next to last week of April. So the new go-live with iDocket is before the end of, we've got to have them both for a little while, so we're gonna have a little bit of overlap, maybe for about 10 days, while one goes live and the other one terminates.
and that's enough time, I guess, to.
Wait, that's where we're at. We had a lot of trouble with Courtview. The contract promises that when we terminate, they would help us to migrate the data to our new vendor. And they drug their feet for, JC and I were on them for about 4 months before they started setting up a schedule so that we could take all the data from Courtview and get it over to iDocket, which has been completed now. Where's Robert? It's complete, right? They've done the 3 pulls?
I think the last migration is March 20.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 12, 12.1, discuss, consider, and take action to approve payment of outstanding 2024 and 2025 invoices from Maverick County for inmate housing and designating the source of payment. I just want to take just a little bit of time to talk about the issue, and it's a serious financial issue involving the Sheriff's Department and our county budget. Recently, it came to my attention that the Sheriff's Office discovered unpaid invoices for inmate housing. These invoices totaled $962,150, and this happened during FY '25 and I think 2 months of FY '24. More concerning is that we no longer pay out invoices for 2025, and will have to, some way, shape, form, or fashion, absorb these overages with the 2026 budget. As we all know, we're already in the 3rd month of the 2026 budget. As county judge, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, that we deeply respect and appreciate the difficult job our law enforcement officers perform every day to keep our community safe. Public safety will always remain one of the top priorities in this county. However, every department in the county, including the Sheriff's Department, operates within a budget approved by Commissioners Court. The budget represents taxpayer dollars, and we have the responsibility to manage those funds with transparency, accountability, and communication. Because this overage was not brought to the court's attention in time, the county now is faced with carrying over $962,150 into the new budget. In other words, we're starting that much in the negative already. That means we must find ways to absorb those costs without compromising services our residents depend on. Our goal is transparency and accountability. We must protect the financial stability of our county. The people we serve expect responsible stewardship of our tax dollars, and that's exactly what this court intends to do. Sheriff?
Thank you, Judge Joseph Guy Baker, Sheriff of Jim Wells County. So, I'll address this issue first. The county did not lose any money as a result of this situation. The inmates were housed out of county by necessity, out of necessity from the law that we must abide by. The county owes the cost, despite the processing of the invoices were delayed. What occurred was an internal administrative routing issue where certain invoices received by the sheriff's office were not forwarded through the county's accounts payable system as they should have been. Now, once this was discovered, immediately worked with Cindy and the county auditors to reconcile the invoices and to implement additional procedures to ensure that future invoices are tracked and processed monthly. Again, this issue did not cost the taxpayers any extra money than what was needed out of county housing, whether you bill it by the month, the quarter, it's the same. Secondly, it's important to understand the larger issue that's driving these costs. As you know, the Jim Wells County Jail currently operates at roughly about half of the inmate capacity that's needed to house our total inmate population. With the average jail population well above what our facility can hold, the county is required to house a significant number of inmates out of county. This situation existed before I took office, and it will continue to create housing costs for the county until the jail capacity issue is addressed. It's going to continue this year. As you'll recall, in January, I sent a memorandum to each person on the court, to the auditor's office. I spoke about it orally. It's filed publicly. In that memorandum, I explained the mandated laws and court orders that are not discretionary despite the budget or the cost controls that we have. And on page 2 of that, the out-of-county inmate housing, I specifically notified that we're going to go beyond our baseline projections. This is something that the sheriff's office, I cannot on my own solve this problem. This is something that the Commissioner's Court has to take up. For about a year, I've been working with an individual that specializes in jail assessment needs. I think about a month ago or so, I placed him. He wasn't able to be here until the 27th. He was placed on the agenda, and I hope that we can get him on this agenda so that he can give us and give the court a better look at what we are facing as far as cost, how to solve this problem, and that way the court can move forward with a better way to make decisions to move forward.
Sheriff, I don't want to play tug of war. I want to mention some numbers. On the FY 2026 adopted budget, the general fund is $22,681,137. The Sheriff's Department budget is $7,058,039. That's almost 1/3. If you add these invoices, we're coming up to $8 million. That's well over 1/3, and that's probably the norm around the state. That's 1/3 of our budget, over 1/3 of our budget. So the Commissioners Court, I think, is working very diligently on trying to get you what you need. And we understand the issue. Now, we still have to pay it, correct. We still have to pay it, there's no doubt. I mean, our credit's on the line with Maverick County. So, we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can, because every other department stays within budget. And we understand the issues that you go through, and we respect them, and we want to assist you with them. But there's also a budget. And as rural counties, as county judge, as sheriff, or as commissioner's court, we're it. We can't say no. If we say no, it doesn't get done. We want to make sure, because I know you're saying that we have no choice, we gotta pay. I understand that 100%. But in the way this transpired, and we're putting this on the 2026 budget, it affects us 100% in the negative way. And that must be addressed with your department, because that was nearly a $1 million mistake. And now it's, here, Judge, it's yours. You gotta handle it. And we're talking about possible cuts, taking out the general fund. And it's easy to say, oh, take it out of the general fund. You know how hard we work to get that general fund? It's not that easy. Fund balance can drop, credit rating agencies may notice, emergency for disasters may decrease. It's serious. On my end, it's serious business, and I have to face up to this. We need to make sure that whatever the dysfunction was cannot happen again. We have to have 100% assurance that this won't happen again.
What I can assure you is that the issue that happened in the office, that has been taken care of and won't happen again. What I can't assure you is that as I've already notified the auditor's office and notified this court, is that the one is, I do not let people out of jail. I don't have the authority to let people out of jail. We are working with the courts on the transporting issue, but the transporting issue is really what is driving this. The driving issue is we have more inmates than we can house in Jim Wells County. That's not I'm here to help you solve that problem, but that is the court's problem that we have to come together and solve it. And for this year alone, in 2026, I believe that I was budgeted $600,000. That cost is going to be closer to 1.8 million. So, and I can't say by law, I cannot say I will not take this inmate from this agency. I have to take every inmate that's arrested in Jim Wells County by law. We all have to, not just me. This court does as well. This county has to provide either a facility, or they have to pay out of county costs. That is the two options we have. And so that's where I'm at. It's like giving me a $10 bill and saying, run the sheriff's office. Well, you can blame me all day long for not meeting the budget, but the point is I can't control those costs. You have the courts, you have juvenile probations, we have the mental health transports, we have every agency that arrests anybody in this county. I have to house those inmates. I have to house them somewhere. It's by law, and I've notified the court of this. I have the laws listed here. You know, if there's another way, I'm open ears. I mean, I'm ready to hear it. But we have to work together to solve it. As far as the 2024, which I wasn't in office then, but in the 2025 I accept responsibility for that. That I did have in place procedures to pay those bills. They were not followed. That has been addressed, and well, you know, and I know it's a large amount, but again, didn't cost the county any additional money. This is money that would have had to been paid regardless. And I understand what you're saying about the 2025, the 2026 difference of the 2025 and 2026 budget. But this administrative issue did not cost the taxpayers a single dollar. These inmates had to be housed out of necessity. They were housed, and it's not going to stop for this year. It's going to continue. And so, yes, there is an issue here. That's why that we need, and I hope that the court will listen to the professional that does the jail needs assessment on the 27th. My recommendation is that we let him do an assessment so that the court can see numbers and options, and then we can make a decision as to which way we want to go, whether we house them here in Jim Wells County or we continue year by year housing out of county.
I got a few things to say. You know, this particular item on the agenda is not about jail space or overcrowding. The item on the agenda is about the bills for 24, 25. To me, Sheriff, you failed to submit your POs to the auditor's office for processing. Not only did you fail 1 or 2, 3 months, but you failed for about 9 months, maybe 10 months into the year. To me, that's failed leadership and failed fiscal accountability. I don't take it lightly because it's not $100,000. It's $900,000 in change, plus what we got pending for January and February. An obligation this size should not come to a surprise to the county. When decisions are made to house inmates outside our county, there must be proper oversight and communication, so that financial impact is known and addressed in a timely manner. I know that the sheriff is responsible for the custody of inmates, and with that responsibility comes the duty to track and communicate the costs associated with housing them. The Commissioner's Court cannot effectively manage the county's budget if expenses of this magnitude are not brought forward. Our responsibility is to the taxpayer of this county, and I believe the public deserves a clear explanation of how this obligation reached this level without the court being notified.
So as I said before, there was an internal routing issue. We had an employee that went on to a different location. I gave instructions for another employee to review his emails. The Maverick County was not sending the bills through the mail to the financial clerk responsible for that. I also gave instructions for the clerk to record the monthly bills and to make sure that if we didn't receive those bills, to notify. Those things were not done. I'm not sitting here saying that that we didn't do anything wrong. I've admitted that. I don't know how many times you want me to admit that. I have said that. That has been corrected moving forward. But it is important to note that what's being spoken here is trying to say that I'm costing the county an extra $900,000. That's not true. This accounting issue did not cost the taxpayers not a single penny. It is, now I understand what you're saying about needing to pay it monthly so that we can keep up with that, and I agree with you. And we will make sure moving forward it has. But to frame it as though I've costed the county $900,000 that would not have been there is misleading. It did not cost the county any more money. These inmates were housed, they were by necessity, and the bills are legitimate. In fact, these contracts were made before I came into office, and they're good contracts. We're getting a good deal. But at the rate that we're paying, at $70 a day per inmate, is a very good rate. The problem that I have is that with this, is our problem that the court should consider, is if we lose those beds because somebody else is willing to pay more, then we're going to be, in a bigger bind in the future. So, we can go back and forth with this all day long. I've admitted that the sheriff's office made the mistake. I've corrected the mistake. I was elected by the citizens of Jim Wells County to be the sheriff and to protect this county. I'm going to continue to do that. And I've taken steps to correct this administrative issue. But I disagree with you. The issue is not that the purchase, the POs were delayed in being paid. The bigger issue is we have to figure out what you want to do, whether you want to pay these housing costs year by year for out-of-county housing, or whether we work on the infrastructure in Jim Wells County and increase our capacity to hold the inmates here. That is the real problem. That's what's driving the transport issues. That's what all of the things that we've been discussing for the past year. That is the issue.
My issue, Sheriff, is not the cost and that we owe the money. My issue is the way it's handled. And my issue is, and I'm gonna repeat it, what we're trying to do with the architect that's coming and doing the assessment, after we get recommendations, we're gonna have to make some kind of move. Whatever the options are, okay? We're gonna have to go and borrow money. We're gonna have to go do things like this. That's what I'm upset about, because this could affect that. And that's my problem. And like I said, and like you said, we can go round and round all day. This is my problem. This is what's on my desk now, to pay this in 2026, and see how it's going to affect us when we make a decision how we're going to address it and try to borrow money, or however we decide to take care of that situation. That's mine, okay? I don't want you to I want to be known, and I don't want you to be confused about what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it could affect us more in the future.
I have
At this point, does anybody else want to address?
I have a few questions. You've been in office 14 months, correct?
George, can we?
I want to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
You've been in office 14 months. When you came in, were there deficiencies in the jail? Some pods or some cells weren't usable?
Yeah.
Have you made an attempt to repair them?
I've repaired them over and over again, yes. The jail is an old jail. It's decades old. We've fixed problems. Next month, there may be another problem in another pod. So that's a continual process, because the jail is old. A lot of the systems in the jail are past their lifespan. So yes, there are issues. The last month or so, we had one complete pod that was empty. If a camera goes down, by the Texas Commission on Jail Standards, I can't house anybody in that pod. So that was fixed yesterday. Before that, there was a shower that was down in another pod that was fixed, a while back. So that's a continual thing. It's constant.
How many inmates do you have currently?
There's approximately, I don't know the exact number today, but probably around, we have to move them because we had to move we have 6 murderers we had brought in, and we're having court. We probably average around, if all of the pods are open, we can hold maximum maybe 50, 60 at the most, depending on the transports. Sometimes if the pods are down, sometimes we can only hold 40 inmates. If we have a big 12-man pod that is down due to no shower working or a camera issue that we have to get fixed, that number varies from day to day.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to go into executive session. And this is under section 551.074, personnel matters. It is 9:46. And we will go into executive session and return when we are done. At this point, we'll have to clear the courtroom. Ready? Everybody ready over there? Jim Wells County Commissioners Court was in executive session under 551.74 personnel matters. It is now
10:20.
10:20, and we're back in regular session. Agenda item 12.1, can I entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to table
Second.
the line item.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item 12.2, discuss, consider, and take action to adopt resolution allowing Jim Wells County Sheriff's Office to apply, accept, and operate under the 2027 Operation Lone Star Grant in the amount of $283,241, grant number 4379605.
Joseph Guy Baker, Sheriff, Jim Wells County Commissioners. This is a grant that we apply for. It helps us with overtime. We also use it to buy equipment for the Sheriff's Office to continue to operate, so. And also, I believe that number's incorrect.
Yeah, I think we're gonna, so normally, with this particular grant, it's not, we apply for a certain number, it's not a set amount, and then they award. So we don't know the number until they award it. So it was, I guess an error an amount was put on there without them knowing, so that number is not an accurate number, because we don't know what they're gonna award us. This is just the application that they're applying for.
Sheriff, are we okay with the timeline to table this matter?
Well, I mean, we can apply for it, but the deadline is now. I don't know if I mean this. We're not gonna know if we need to take it off of the agenda. Is that what you're asking?
Well, that amount is on the agenda item,
Yes.
so we're held to that amount,
Ms.
correct?
Roma can respond to that as far as that.
Norma Salas, Grant Administrator. We have been working on the application for the grant. It was submitted because they had already asked the court for permission to apply. So the resolution is needed. We uploaded this resolution just to have it on, but it does need to be corrected. So you all can table it. I think that's what we've
Yeah, you
decided.
can table it, just needs to be redone and probably put it on the next commissioner's court. But they've accepted it like that, and they understand that it'll be revised, and they're
Okay,
okay.
the resolution is going to be approved later date and submitted, and they'll
Have to
accept
be-
it?
Yes, it'll have to be brought back to.
I'll make a motion, we table.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 13, emergency management. Discuss, consider, and take action to extend the burn ban for another 90 days.
Lance Brown, Jim Wells County Emergency Management. Our burn ban is expected to expire on 3/15/26, which is in a couple of days. Jim Wells County KBDIs are at 705, Nueces County is at 606, Duval's at 696, Brooks is 726, and San Pat's at 531. Our threshold is 500, so we're 205 clicks above it. We're in extreme drought-like conditions right now. So my recommendation to the court is let's go ahead and install another 90 days for the burn ban. And then, of course, if we ever get blessed with some significant rain, then we go below 500. Judge can lift it at any time. Thank you.
Motion to approve items presented, Judge.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 14, County Judge. Discuss, consider, and take action to authorize County Judge Pedro P. Trevino Jr. to execute any and all closing documents in Stewart Title Company File number 2859472 on behalf of Jim Wells County regarding the purchase of the real property from Abram S. Flores, described as a .081 acre tract being out of Farm Block 120, shown as a plat recorded in Volume 1, page 62 of the transcribed records in Jim Wells County, Texas. This is for you, Mr. Aguilar, ¿verdad?
Yes, that's one of the properties that we're purchasing adjacent to the precinct office. The other one,
And these resolutions are needed so the title company can complete their,
Yeah, this is very similar to and we just closed, by the way, Commissioners, on the 20.06 acre tract. We closed yesterday or the day before. And Stewart Title requires a formal resolution authorizing the judge to sign all documents on behalf of the county. So this and the item that will come up next will take care of the two small tracts that will basically give Precinct 1 access to the yard from both Business 281 and from Johnson Street on the backside.
Motion to approve item is presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item 14.2, discuss, consider, and take action to authorize County Judge Pedro P. Trevino Jr. to execute any and all closing documents in Stewart Title Company File number 2859440 on behalf of Jim Wells County regarding the purchase of real property from Roman Gonzalez, described as .096 acre tract, being out of Farm Block 120, as shown on plat recorded in Volume 1, page 62 of the transcribed records, Jim Wells County, Texas.
and this one again is the same property next to Abraham Flores. They're just two small tracts that we.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 15, Constable Precinct 1, Albert Martinez, discuss, consider, and take action to approve resolution authorizing the submission of a grant application for Jim Wells County Rural Interdiction and Enforcement Program to the Texas Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office, and designated the county judge as authorized official and county treasurer as the financial officer. I've been instructed to table this item for further information.
I don't know if Norma wants to address this, or we've been working. The issue with this particular one, though, is that he didn't come to the court to even ask to, like, that proper step to apply for the grant. So this is going straight into a resolution, and so the issue was the deadline was the 12th, and from my understanding is that it did get submitted. So now we're in the predicament that if it does get awarded, proper protocol wasn't followed.
Okay,
So I'm not sure how y'all want to handle it.
okay. We could table this item and we can put both items to approve it. I'm understanding that it was submitted yesterday.
yes.
So we can put both of them, and if we decide not to, then we can pull the application. I'll make a motion, we table.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 16, payroll and bills. 16.1, discuss, consider, and take action on payroll and bills as submitted by the county auditor with the exception of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
Make a motion to pay
That's not gonna include.
bills as presented.
I have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Before you adjourn, Judge, I'd like to.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I had the engineers from USDA, and they came down to inspect a couple of sites, a couple of our small dams. Site number 5 at the Shimer Ranch and site number 7 at the Cafe. They seem to, everything seemed, went well, and, I sure appreciate them coming. I actually told them if they could do a presentation, he said maybe sometime in October. So people can realize how important these dams are to the city of Alice and everything in between here and Tecolote. They're very important, because they hold back all the water flow that would flood us if they weren't there. So anyway, I was kind of glad that they came and they everything looked okay. So I'll be here. I'm actually moving the equipment over there. I moved it yesterday and today, and we'll be working on the dams for the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe more. So anyway, that's I just wanted to let you all know that we do have dams and they do serve a purpose.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Commissioners, Lance Brown, Jim Wells County Emergency Management. While y'all were in recess, I took a phone call from Patrick Thomas, and he wanted to see if y'all could go back, Judge, if you could go back on record to agenda number 9, and specifically 9.1. You had stated that it's 1 year for the appointment, but it overlaps, so he just wanted to see if you could go back on record, and this is going to make sure that the paperwork states 2 years. It's a 2-year term.
Yes, we just looked at that, and I think that the agenda item covers the 2, and we approved the agenda item, says January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2027. We're good with that.
It's a 2-year term.
Right. Thank you, Lance. Anybody else like to address the court this time? Hearing none, can I entertain a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you all very much. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great rest of the day and a great weekend. Thank you.